boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. We talk combos, go. We come in, we hit it with the trick shot. Nothing but net. We need that bell, but them haters they gon' still watch. Like I just said, when it comes to combos, you looking at the TikTok. You wanna come into the ring, mess around, go ahead, get tricked out. We got the attitude, they shoot to dominate. We got the table, we filling up all the plates. You press play whenever you wanna taste. We always with the real, baby, you never gave fake. The blackest, the brightest, the boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. We talk about they the coldest.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Low Sun Production proudly brings to you its best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. This is We Talk Combat, so we talk all things combat sports entertainment, y'all. I am 1/4 of your host around here. I go by the name of Muy Grande Negro Americano, aka King. I have two of my other co-hosts here as well. The other co-host, Mr. Green, you also know him as BA. He's needed an off day today, take care of some business, so he'll be back next week and all. But first and foremost, I'll go around the room and introduce my co-hosts one by one. K-Mo Queen, how are you today, babe?
You know, it's Sunday. Got to pick some fruits and nuts, paws over the weekend, which is fun. Got to spend time with my family, which includes you. So it was a good weekend. How are you doing?
I'm great, babe. Thank you for asking. Next up is my guy down there, Mr. Final Hugo Boss himself, Travito. How you doing today, bro?
Oh, what's cracking, bro? Doing pretty good. You know, let's get into it. Let's talk about some wrestling.
Let's do it. If you're new around here, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button somewhere near Travis's left shoulder down there. Also, hit the notification bell so you're always notified when we drop this stuff. We normally do it around 3 p.m. on Sundays, Eastern time, but things change. We have lives, and we may have to switch things around. We started a little later today. We apologize for that, but yeah, hit the notification bell. Also, hit the like button as well. Everybody, please hit the like button. Hype this video if you're on your mobile device or anything so that other folks are notified and they know that we drop this type of content. Also, before I go on, maybe AI can clip this, something like this. I wanted to say this as well. Our new slogan is this. We went from the People's Channel to the Culture's Channel, I wanted to call this. This show, there's a lot of, and this is not to hate on anybody, but there's a lot of hate watching going on, a lot of just discourse in general, just about hating wrestling. I've already been through the hate. I've already left this industry for 5 years or 5+ years for bigger things that I feel like that are major things in life that should be cared about. With this WWE, it's not that serious. There's a demographic, there's a market for these folks. When I was a kid, I loved this. I love wrestling now, but they're trying to get more kids. The product isn't TV 14. It is still PG, I believe, to this day. If they tell you the ratings for a reason, a lot of folks, I think Netflix is 14 now, maybe, but that still is not rated R, or you feel me, an extreme level like that. So if this isn't your cup of tea, maybe you need to find something else. I think AEW goes for that. I'll put the black screen up for a reason. You feel me? I think AEW is more for the mature audience that just wants maybe wrestling, just that straight, grapple type of stuff. We're not here for that. We're more about storylines, the entertainment, the guys that are superheroes to children and that type of thing. So we will be here for that. We will represent the culture. So we're not the only representation of black people. We won't represent all black people, but we do represent ourselves as far as being black, because we are black people. So if you're interested in our opinions on a lot of stuff, tune in, kick up your shoes, relax your feet. You'll love it around here. If you aren't black, you'll still love it around here. But we will definitely talk about the positive things more in line of WWE and just what they're trying to bring to the table, what you can, expect, or what we can watch, I should say, as black folks and be entertained by. We'll try to bring those type of things to you guys. It's not saying we won't call them out. We will call them out for everything they do wrong and, bad representation and things like that. We'll always call them out for that. But we don't want to be known as a hate channel, because I don't want to watch something I hate. I never wanted to be into something, watching something I hate. So I'm not big on reality TV. I'd never make a reality TV channel talking about it. I talked about that with Queen and Travis before the show. I'd never do that, because all I do is hate. And if you told me to watch it for a living, to try to make content about it, I couldn't even watch it because I do not like reality TV. I do love professional wrestling. I've always loved it. I walked away for reasons, like I said, but I'm trying to get back into it as now. I will call them out for the storylines and what they do, the representation of certain wrestlers and how they should represent them. And if they're doing them wrong, I won't just hate watch though or call stupid stuff out without reasoning. We will always give you guys reasonings here and try to keep it as real as we can. With all that being said, y'all, if you're new around here, the way we usually do this show, we have highs and lows. We get to our highs and lows of each wrestling product throughout the week, WWE related. That includes TNA and AAA. We give you a letter grade as well. After that, we get to NET, which includes previews for any PLEs that's coming up or any news that you may need to know or we want to talk to you about. For sure, you feel free to add any comments to us because at the end of the show, we do questions and comments. You can hit us up with the @ WTC for We Talk Combat so we know you're talking to us and not anybody else in the Glow Yard. That's what we call this family around here. So feel free, like I say, to talk to us. We will show or post questions and comments throughout the show as well as answer them at the end. So feel free to ask us anything you want to comment about the show and all, as long as it's respectful. We will definitely, this is, like I said, the culture's channel, but it's also the people's channel. We do this for you guys. Last but not least, y'all, we have another channel, We Talk Combat Clips, where I drop short, condensed versions throughout the week. So if you just want the short version, subscribe over there as well. We try to get a subscriber count up over there as well. Thank you so much. Last but not least, here's our watch long schedule. We watch everything here. Well, not here, but in Discord. So as of right now, if you need a place to watch a WWE product, you can get our Discord. It's in our description of our video as well as in the description of the channel. You can go over to Discord and you can have access to watch all this stuff just by being a member. That's all you have to do. Once we get monetized, which we hope you guys can help us get there, things will change and will probably be attached to membership, but we'll bring farther everybody in. We appreciate you guys so much. And let's get to the show, man. I don't want to keep talking about that for too much longer. Y'all know what y'all here for, the highs and the lows. Let's do this. All right, y'all. We got another week of WWE product here. Let's start off with Monday Night Raw. Oops, sorry, y'all. Wrong one. Technical difficulties. But Monday Night Raw here. The main talking point of the show, I should say, is Solo Sikoa did not join the Bloodline. Him and LA Knight joined forces to fight off the Bloodline at the end of the show. So we'll talk about that. And I would say and more, but let's get into Raw right now, y'all, since we're talking about it. Let's start with you, Kimo Queen, babe. What were your highs and lows of WWE Raw this week?
Sorry, I had to go to my notes real quick. All right, so I do appreciate that they're really trying to create a little bit more of a platform for Chad Gable. Like, go Chad Gable, I enjoy watching him and stuff like that. That's cool, but I feel like to a point, his match with Rey Mysterio had no purpose. It just I kind of just I didn't know why we were watching it, so I felt like that kind of told a little bit of the mood. I would say that Raw was like, it was cool that we had situations where Lyra Valkyria got to do some stuff and she lost against Sol Ruka, and Javon was able to defeat Big Head and stuff like that. But otherwise, this was a missable Raw. And I know that it's supposed to be build up towards the Roman Reigns thing, like his challenge that he's doing over for AAA. But otherwise, it was just a missable Raw. The only best part was Solo. Like, that's my guy. Definitely brought all the entertainment, brought all the action. And ultimately, he, again, like we were talking off camera about LA Knight, is that they're always trying to find a place to put LA Knight, but Solo being there basically gave another opportunity for LA Knight to be on camera and do his thing. But otherwise, there was just, I feel like people really weren't getting a lot of pops that night in general, other than the people that we kind of expected. And I do feel like it might have been a little bit of a tough crowd. But yeah, it was missable, but I did enjoy all the Solo segments, but I'm a little biased. I like Solo.
All right, let's keep it moving. Travis, what you think about Monday Night Raw, bro? We highs and lows.
Yeah, but kind of piggyback off of what Queen said about Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable. Look, I understand that Rey is simply a legend and all that stuff. I'm happy for Rey, but look, not everybody that wins the Intercontinental Championship needs to give Rey some type of match. Like, we need to get other people involved in this title. Where are the Javon Evans that need to get a Intercontinental Championship match? The Ethan Pages, shoot, I'll take Rusev right now if I could get him in the championship picture. I mean, it's nice they're doing it for Ray, but you know, Ray doesn't need a intercontinental championship match with every champion that had a match in AAA or whatever. But like I said, we have, you know, started out with Becky Lynch and Stephanie making an appearance. You know, that's cool and everything. We had Big Cass show up again to attack Javon, and Corey Graves is still refusing to talk anything about Big Cass. That's all right. But kind of like the end that this Solo and Roman Reigns segment, I think this segment alone, I would at least say is like at least top 4 of the these bloodline segments, as far as like Sammy getting the honorary Uso t-shirt, the what's that, the court trial, those moments. It just had everything. Like Jay, I don't know what Jay was doing in the background. Jacob seemed kind of salty when, you know, the Usos were getting the Ufalafas, you know, whatever. But even though he got his first when he was in Baltimore, you know what I'm saying? I don't even understand why he didn't even wear his at that exact moment. But maybe it's not that important anymore. Like I said, I like the part where you know, Solo spikes Roman, and Solo had the thumb. He had his, you know, this spike where he tucked away the spike, and then he pulled out a little pistol and go like, pew, again against Jay. I thought that was pretty funny. And the moment outside the ring also when he had Jay outside and he Samoan spiked Jay, and just before he Samoan spiked Jay, he did the little yeet outside of the ring or whatever. So that was cool. And the whole LA telling Solo, like, look, you know what you done, right? He was like, yeah, I know. So, you know, I'm basically prepared for it. But other than that, though, just Raw was just just an okay show.
All right, so same between you two people. I was gonna say guys, but guy and gal. It sounds like it's just an okay show. I'm basically gonna piggyback off of what you said or echo, which I both said. Same thing. I'm gonna try to. I guess I'm gonna grade the shows this way. I'm gonna tell you either it's must watch, it's highlights, or it's trash. This Raw was highlights. Like, you didn't have to watch this Raw. There was nothing about it where it was like, oh my gosh, I have to see this. The highlight, like you said, like you both said, was the end of the night where it was Solo with the bloodline and all. I feel like that was the best bloodline segment I've seen since Roman Reigns returned from as the OTC, from losing at Cody Rhodes and all WrestleMania 40. So I feel like that was the best segment. But that was not my favorite part of the night, though, actually. The other part of the night that was my favorite part of the night is Braun Breaker and face to face at that moment where Oba Femi imitated his voice. And I was just like, bro, I'm sat there, and I was sitting there with Queen, and I popped literally, like, whoa, like, bro, like, did y'all hear that? And I felt like the crowd didn't understand the assignment at that point. Like, they didn't really like, bro, did y'all understand? Did y'all hear him? He sounded exactly like him. And I was like, that's crazy. But yeah, that was entertaining. They're going to a contract signing also. We're going to see how they get out of that. I'm very interested. But like I say, this is highlights. It wasn't trash, but you didn't have to watch it. If you didn't see it, you didn't have to be like upset you didn't watch it. But let's move on, y'all. On NXT, the Nimpo baby himself, Zilla 5-2, made his debut. Let's start with you on this one, Travis. What were your highs and lows for NXT this week, bro?
Oh, it's highs and lows. So first of all, this we got it high already. Well, I'm looking forward to next week. You know, we got Callie. She's in the title picture for the North American Championship. That's if she can pull off and get the dub against Big Za. You know, I'm looking forward to that match next week. But you know, they won their match. Her and Kalani, you know, beat Kendall Gray and Ren Claire. Jackson Drake beating Shallow Hill, the Cool or whatever. I don't want to say this too. I think out of all the champions, probably in WWE, probably with PLEs and all that stuff coming up, I'm thinking like this is the time right now that Tony D'Angelo title reign is about to come to an end. Like, even in this fatal 4-way, like everybody equal like what 25% or whatever chance of winning. I don't even think he has that anymore. Like, if I had this percentage wise, I would have to give him at least 10% chance of retaining his championship. Like, it wouldn't surprise me that in the match itself, if he was the one that takes the fall, like if he was the one that loses. But it's getting worse. What's that? But other than that, though, like that's all I really got to say about NXT.
Queen, anything else you want to add or to that or anything else?
Yeah, well, as somebody that does watch developmental, because I do care about the future of this company and hope for, bright futures for all the people on the shows, I'm gonna come in like this. Why did they change his name to Cruz Montana? It just does not flow right. Like, and they were trying to like really tap into like his Latino roots and had his mom with Ray Phoenix, which no bullshit. That's the most I've heard Ray Phoenix ever talk, and I watch him on AAA. Like, and that's not even just in Spanish. The most I've just heard him talk in general. I was like, and so just like you're talking about Obafemi, I was taken aback. I said, well, damn, they just don't let him say shit on the regular shows. So like I thought that was cool. At the end of the day, I know they're trying to figure out they're trying to take the character of Mike Santana and evolve him into this Cruz Montana guy, and it needs some work. And I feel like they might have a good idea here, but the name, for something about the name, I know they want it to seem very Latino, and it does seem very Latino, but for some reason it doesn't flow. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't flow. I don't even know if Mike Santana really flowed, but I'm not feeling the new name. At the end of the day, it was the Zilla Fatu show. He had his faux pas talking about a nympho baby, which it wasn't even about him messing up the word. At the end of the day, a lot of people don't know the word nepotism. So that's what that is short for. If you are brand new to the word and didn't know what nepo was short for, it's nepotism. It's basically showing favoritism towards somebody's family or friends or connection, like a fraternity type of deal. So I understood that you could tell he reads the internet. So a lot of people be not wanting to admit that a lot of these wrestlers, they don't just use their own profiles. They have burners. They like to see what people are saying about them. They want to be tapped in. So that's why we say, and we joke on the show a lot about some of our more famous wrestling followers that we have on our show have seen probably some episodes or seen comments that we may have made and may have gotten inspired by those comments. So that being said, we know Zilla Fatu watches what's being said about him. So he was trying to use that as a God damn, it sucked because it landed so badly. Because it was supposed to be his introduction, and it was just that was, I think, the first line he had said, really. It was everybody says that I'm a nympho baby. And it was like, wait, what the fuck? So he done made himself a meme. Congrats. Welcome to the family. I don't, at the end of the day, wish nothing negative on this guy. At the end of the day, I don't know a lot about him as a wrestler. So if we take out the fact that his last name is Fatu and everything, I don't know a lot about him as a wrestler. Other than that, I've seen that he kind of does the template of Samoan moves. So it's kind of a lot of the same that we already see from other Samoans. So I'm hoping for his sake that he finds a way to set himself apart. If not, it's just another replay of Jacob Fatu and the rest of all them people, which again, the bloodline is starting to lose some gas. I know I spent a lot of time talking about that, but we had my girl Callie and Kaylani. They had a thing, and and Callie was doing her shit, and Kaylani wasn't feeling it. So I'm feeling like at some point they probably going to have them break up. But really enjoying watching Callie. She might be my new favorite girl. I like watching on wrestling because she got a lot of personality, and she's good in the match. We got another black girl athlete that has become a wrestler, and I love that for her. But other than that, Natty looked like garbage. Jada Parker was there. I don't really know what to say about Jada Parker other than that. But yeah, it was all right. At the end of the day, it was all right. They're trying to build a story, and I can see that, and I appreciate NXT for doing that because it's been a while since we've really had a main storyline story because almost everybody got called up. So it's kind of just been confusion. So I look forward to next week. I do.
All right. Let's see, same thing. Basically, y'all saying again, if you were ranking the show, I'm gonna rank this as highlights again. Unless you're a Zilla Fatu fan, like a big Zilla Fatu follower and all, then you would have wanted to see it because it was his debut and all, even with the mistake and all. We'll see how he goes from his debut. Danhausen went up from there. He's going through a little bit of a rut right now, but he went up. So Zilla Fatu had people behind him to want him and all, but we'll see where he goes from here. They're pushing him to the top of the developmental already, so we'll see where he goes. But my favorite part of the show was Callie. Callie Armstrong, the future. I saw somebody tweet and I sent it to the group. They said Callie Armstrong seems like what you get if you combine the big three of the ladies in the main roster. And when I heard him say that, I was like, damn, that kind of do make sense. She is kind of like the big three.
No, wait. I thought it was the child of Bianca and Montez.
Oh no, somebody said yes. It was two things. I saw two different things. One, they said it could be, which is the child of Montez, them kind of just all three of them too, just as well. But somebody says she's the combination if you made all the big three together, right? Like so Jade, Naomi and Bianca together. She got a little piece of all of them in the way she wrestles and the way she looks and all that stuff. And then also the other one, like you said, if Montez and Bianca, well, they had a baby now, but it was grown and all, it'll be Callie Armstrong, they said, as far as the swag and all from Montez. But yeah, man, the sky's the limit for her. Like Callie already controls the crowd. You can see by the way she takes kids, taking the mic, they all shut up, they rock with her and all. Her finishing move, people talk about they don't like it. I think it's awesome, that shoulder tackle, like the Ultimate Warrior. It's not really a spear yet. That'll come with time. Some lady really dominating the spear, but I think that's an awesome move for a lady to do, especially that shoulder tackle, especially with a lady built like her, like especially bounce something and get speed. She runs with speed, so like a Braun Breaker type thing with her. Yeah, Callie the future, man. Like Callie, as long as Callie want to do this, it's hers. I really don't see nobody like touching her. That includes Kendall,
and
like,
her conditioning is dumb. Like her conditioning is dumb. Like you gotta get that lady credit. Her body.
And she can talk better than Kendall Bray.
On the mic, that's what I'm saying. On the mic,
she talks better.
Don't got enough. I know that Callie got to get better in the ring. She's still like she's a WWE product.
She's
one that, from the beginning. She's a trick, a oboe, whatever like that. They did. This is
what developmental is for, though. Like,
but for her to already, I told y'all when you were ahead on the other stuff, the you feel me, the talking in the ring, the being able to feel comfortable and feel like you're actually true yourself when you're talking on the mic. That wrestling stuff put on a match, that comes with reps. That's just getting them reps. Have reps with the wrestlers over and over again. You'll understand where everybody move is. Like it's like anybody else. You don't know what a person does, like any teammate. You don't know what they do until you go out there and you play with them. And once you play with them, pause or whatever, you understand what they do, their tendencies. You know where a person like to go. You know where a person is going to pass from or whatever like that. That's all Callie got to do. Callie has the most upside. Shout out to Dave Meltzer, because he'll never probably say that, of any lady right now I've seen in WWE developmental right now. That's in there right now. Shout out to Kalani, because Kalani is the truth. I think Kalani really could be special, but she's not as big. Like, so Callie has the size as well. Like Callie can go against Nia Jax and have moments where she's lifting her up and all that. You feel what I'm saying? Like those are crazy moment. Callie really is if she decides to really stay serious. If she stays serious with this and says, I really want to be a professional wrestler and be something serious in this industry, I really think it's her. It's her.
I could see her in a stable with a Lash Legend and a Nia Jax.
It's her.
I could see her in their stable. But yeah, Callie. That's that girl right now.
Let's move on to the next. We had Nikita Lyons defending and retaining her Women's Evolve Championship against Thea Hale. Let's start with you again with this one, Travis. Did you see this at all?
No, you go to the next person next.
All righty then. Chemo Queen, did you happen to see Evolve at all?
Yeah, so I actually ended up going back and watching, which I guess was my mistake because there wasn't really much to watch. We're going to get Brooks Jensen and Elijah Holyfield next week on a lumberjack match. So, other than getting to see that, and that's going to be kind of cool to see what more Elijah could do because he's kind of giving off jobber right now. So I'm hoping that means good things for him. We also got we already got Layla Diggs next week, who I thought was going to do this week. So that was actually the main reason why I looked. But yeah, otherwise, it's pretty much a disappointment. Don't like Nikita Lyons. That's about it. Yeah, Evolve this week was otherwise kind of a wash, and I feel sorry for Anya Rune. She needs some development, but I feel like she's executing all of her own personal autonomy and creating her character, and so I just wish her luck on that. That's all.
Not a fan of Nikita Lyons. Not a fan of anybody really in Evolve other than Elijah Holyfield. Tristan Angels. I don't know if is he even really officially down anymore, Travis. It was just officially NXT now. Tristan Angels,
I don't know because Cam used to flip flop around too sometimes too.
Has he officially been? Is Cam officially on NXT? Have you ever
I
said? I know he
believe
said Jackson Drake was. I never heard him say it. I know they've done it now. Like he's basically on NXT, and he don't.
Yeah, I
talk any
believe.
vulgar.
I
don't remember
believe
him saying
so.
it. Okay, so maybe Trish
I think
Stratus
I
not there.
believe so because he ain't around with Harley. He ain't even hanging around with Harley no more. So I believe
Okay.
so.
Oh, and shout out to EK Prosper. I ain't say that for my NXT part. EK Prosper is the future. I think
Yes.
Leon Slater might be going to AEW or something like that, and I think they might be going all in on EK Prosper. Shout out to my dog EK Prosper. Shout out to Keanu Carver and all them guys. They gonna get their shine eventually. But right now, back to Evolve. Nah, I don't watch this. No, Nikita Lyons ain't bringing me to this show. I ain't. Again, one of those moments I'm not going to BS you. Justice for Nikita. I don't watch it, so I don't need to watch it when she's on TV. Nobody I want to watch. I will watch the Lumberjack match next week for Elijah Holy if I'm interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can keep it moving. Impact, Rich Swann. Shout out to Rich Swann, man. Baltimore's own. Going out there and defeating Mr. Elegance, stopping his undefeated streak. So let's start with you on this, King McQueen. Did you see Impact? What were your eyes and nose if you did?
Yeah, I did. I mean, at the end of the day, shout out, you know, like you just said, Rich Swan, what's up, bro? Like, glad to see some more people on the show. Because no offense, TNA has these weeks that sometimes are slumps. So like, if I didn't watch the week before, usually I don't know the story going into the next week, and so I tried to watch both weeks in a row. Like we got to see Jada Stone again. That's another person that, as far as young ladies that I'm watching, she definitely is a person to watch. Otherwise, there was like a weird ass part of the show. Like I really want to kind of focus more on this because it was so weird. So you had, I want to say it was the Hardy Brothers, Moose, and Elijah, and then they had they were against AJ Francis, Frankie Kazarian, who I think is funny. He looked like evil Chad Gable, and then the Nemeth brothers, and it was like a multi-man event. I can't even tell you who won or lost, but that shit was crazy to watch. It was just like it was a lot of dysfunction, but it had a lot of hilarious moments, some moments that weren't meant to be hilarious, and some that were. But it was more fun, I think, watching Moose hanging out with all them people. Like Moose stuck out like a sore fucking thumb during that whole match. Like I swear to God, you go back and watch it. I don't know what I'm gonna say as far as rating that match, but it was something. But that kind of brings me back to my thing of they got a lockdown coming up, so that was kind of the reason why it was going on. But I was kind of sad because I didn't see Leon or Ricky Sosa, and if they were on the show, it must have been so quick that I missed the shit. Um, so I kind of felt like otherwise, I don't feel like I have enough build up to lockdown. Like, and I think it's later on today, and shit. So it's like I'm gonna go and watching it, and I'm not really gonna know a lot about what's going on because last week I kind of barely, as I said, I watched it, but I didn't watch as much of it because it was boring. You and I tried to watch it. I feel like you fell asleep, but I tried to get through the whole damn thing. That being said, though. It is a go home show, so I'm not gonna go too hard on it. At the end of the day gonna end. It just was unless you watch that weird ass multi-man match, there wasn't really much to watch. Sorry.
All right. So let's move on to you, Travis. What were your thoughts of Impact? Did you get to see it? And if you did, what were your highs and lows?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I watched it this week. I feel like with just what Queen just said, just basically a go home show. I basically stayed to watch this show just for the last match itself, just for was the 8-man tag, and the most team 1-2 Queen. Just Hardy, Jeff hit the swanton, got the pin 1, 2, 3. But
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right. I did actually see the ending. Yep, you got.
But yeah, like you said also about Jada Stone. I think if I had to pick a winner for the Knockouts Championship, I would pick her. So other than that, just basically a decent go home show. Get ready for their PLE for the night.
Yeah, they do have a PLE tonight, y'all. Lockdown. I think it happens. Is it 5?
I'm not sure.
I think it happens. I mean, at some point, y'all, I really think we're going. That's what we want to get monetized, so we can get TNA Plus. So help us get monetized, so we can get TNA Plus, and maybe show it in the Discord. You feel me? Because we don't see it. So maybe you can help us get monetized. Please subscribe. Please like the video and share and all of that. But back to TNA. Yeah. Here's my thing with TNA, Travis. I've said it multiple times. Shout out to Carlos Silva and all that. Ricky Sosa and Leon Slater and
you guys
need to start or definitely more than likely need to, or I should say more than start, need to finish your show. Your beginning of your show, most should definitely have them if it ain't gonna have the ending. But your end of your show, your main event, should be Ricky Sosa and Leon Slater. Them two, either way you want to put it, should be the guys you build your company around. Stop playing. Y'all don't have multiple shows. Y'all have Impact weekly. Y'all got what is that? Explosion on the weekends. They show for like lower. Y'all got Impact.
Yeah,
Ricky
at the end of the day,
Sosa,
they're a draw.
Leon Slater are the draws for your company. Real talk. Like real talk. Stop playing. I don't understand. Like if you don't understand that, then I don't understand what we're doing here. So that is what it is. Like Queen
Yeah,
said,
like
it's a
shout
thing.
out BDE, but at the end of the day, he has a huge following. But that
BDE
huge following
BDE is
doesn't
a
want to keep
huge
watching
follower.
lose.
Awesome. BDE seen as a, no disrespect to BDE, he's seen as a content creator that wrestles. This dude don't even win. Nobody expects BDE to win. I mean, I'm not. Let's keep it a buck. He's an attraction based off of him being the content creator. That's how I feel. There's no disrespect. Leon Slater, and that's fine. Do what you do, BDE. Make your money, bro. Do what you do. I'm not mad at BDE at all. He's awesome. But Leon Slater and Ricky Sosa should be the two guys that lead your company into the future. Your company, every episode should be built around them. And if you're not there, then you're not where you need to be. So until you get there, then you can go somewhere else. But until they're doing that, I really don't care. Like you said, Queen, I can fall asleep because I know there's no reason for me to stay up. So let's keep it moving. Friday Night SmackDown happened, y'all. Shout out to Sami Zayn to say the most hated man in the world right now. Justice for Sami. He actually caused CM Punk to get a victory. And retain his WWE Championship against Kevin Owens on SmackDown. So I'll start with you with this one, Chemo Queen. What were your highs and lows of WWE SmackDown this week?
So we were having an off-camera discussion, about how WWE invests into certain wrestlers in different ways. So that may be investing more into their promo skills, or that may be in their in-ring abilities, whatever the case may be. So we saw them invest a lot into building up the mythology of Obafemi. So we had weeks of vignettes, right? So they were doing oh yeah, he's gonna be this, that, and the other. He has delivered on that. The crowd gravitated towards his vignettes and they embraced him, and Brock embraced him. So he has delivered on that reality of they invested into him to give back to him. Blake Monroe, I don't know how many months I've been seeing vignettes of her, and we were supposed to get pretty much a debut from her. I guess we got a debut from her, but it involved her attacking Julia, which justice for Julia. Like attacking Julia, which they just trademarked her name. That's interesting. They're dressed up and shit and just kind of standing around. Like, we didn't even get Blake Monroe's music. I feel like it just actually did go right into Julia coming out and doing Julia's music. So it's like, I don't even know Blake Monroe's music.
She never had an entrance, Queen.
That's
so
right.
Julia came out, and then Blake hit it from behind. But Blake got a little bit of her music when she left, though.
When she left. So it's like it was supposed to be a long-awaited debut. Shout out to my friends across the pond that be loving Blake Monroe, that be coming like, Blake Monroe, we love some Blake Monroe,
shout out to Will.
And all that. Yeah, Will and a few other people like Simon Miller, like a lot of you guys. What are we doing? The women's division is in fucking shambles right now. Like, I don't think everybody's really thinking about it, but it's kind of dumb right now. We got Liv Morgan, which I left a comment, talking to Russell Chop about that in the terms of people believe that Liv Morgan is just getting hate. She's a heel. She's supposed to get hate. Ultimately, the issue is that she's just not interesting to watch and in general, but now it's worse because she's not defending her championship. So it's like, that could have been on anybody. Like, they could have gave that back. They could have just had Stephanie Vaquer hold that shit while she was gone, and like they're having Rhea do. I mean, at the end of the day, that they could have just might as well did that, because we didn't get much out of it from Liv Morgan. Yeah, like, so she just at the end of the day, the Judgment Day is in shambles as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of confusion and a lot of what is the word I'm looking for? A lot of cul-de-sacs. Like, we're reaching a lot of cul-de-sacs and stories, and we don't know where to go from there. Like, at a point, people are going to lose interest, and that's what's going on with Blake Monroe. Is that when she came out, she didn't even get a pop. When she attacked Julia, she didn't get a pop. It was just kind of people just kind of just more so reacted to just seeing an attack, not really that it was Blake Monroe or not Blake Monroe. Like it's like if anybody else would have came out and did it, like if Lyra Valkyrie would have came out and attacked Julie or something, it was about the same kind of reaction. So I felt like it fell flat. I felt like Chelsea's shit fell flat as well. Like, and I feel like even with Shinsuke Nakamura introducing that guy, that shit fell flat. Like whoever Kyoko is, like I know we're gonna talk more about Cody and Sammy probably with you guys, so that's why I'm not really talking as much about it. But at the end of the day, I saw something just the other day. Not the other day, I think it was today where they were saying that whole bit with CM Punk basically was kind of lifted from his battle with somebody else at AEW. And I think that wouldn't bother me as much if it wasn't for the fact that Kevin Owens has leaned so much into their history and da 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 da. And it's like, damn, y'all got all that history, but he basically just repeated a whole beef he had with somebody else over AEW, and it was like damn near all the words like lined up. Like it was like the same thing about being fat, talking about how his work ethic, and that he doesn't believe that everybody respects him, respects CM Punk in the locker room, da 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 da. So it's basically just like a copy and paste. Shout out Bobby Monsoon on that one, but it took away. It took away from what they were trying to get us to care about. Because at the end of the day, the story is really Sammy. Like, Sammy's been the story. The whole point of all this is that they fucked over Sammy. Like, and he's gotten fucked over more than once. Sammy might be injured or not injured. I don't fucking know. But ultimately, the real story here is Sammy. And that at the end of the day, that has a little bit more weight than caring about KO's situation, because I'm about to say CM Punk's situation. Because KO came back, we thought he was about to be gone forever, but he back, yada 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 yada, so on and so forth. That's great, that's good. CM Punk, I guess he's a heel. He's unlikable, so on and so forth. He's causing, destruction, disdain everywhere he goes. I feel like ultimately what it came down to is that I feel like they ate up most of the fucking SmackDown time. So it made this SmackDown for me kind of weak. I enjoyed the Baron Corbin segment, even though I might be getting a little bored with Baron Corbin, but I think he's really a placeholder for things to come. I think that's really why we're using Baron Corbin, and I kind of do look forward a little bit to that Sunday night's main event with that shit. Like, that should be cool, whatever. But as I said, like, this SmackDown, I don't know. This is probably one of the SmackDowns I didn't really enjoy, I think, for about a few weeks now. Like, I really just didn't. I don't have a high point for the episode. I think that's the kind of the point I'm getting to. Everything I really kind of talked about was low points because it was all just fucking low points this week. So that's why I'm hoping that we can get a little bit something more going so that next Friday I can really enjoy SmackDown. But, it is what it is. I just felt like this SmackDown was weak for me. Sorry.
All right. Let's go to you, Travis. What did you feel about SmackDown? What were your highs and lows?
The only real high about SmackDown this week is that the MFTs retained their tag team championships back. I bet, get wrong. I'm gonna just go to this promo between Cody and Randy. I don't know if this is officially the turning of Cody Rhodes. I mean, this is the second time this week that he's leaving, breadcrumbs as far as like him being the last legend left. And now this week you're saying a Paul Heyman quote, like you're the next Paul Heyman guy or something like that. This of course the main event. I think this is the problem. Excuse me, is that Sami Zayn? I don't think that it's the fact that KO lost. I think it's the fact that how he lost. Because I figured that Sammy wasn't gonna be out there in the NFL, and I figured that KO was gonna lose, straight up because KO just came back. He's not winning the championship, just being back after a few weeks, almost a month by now. So it's not a point of him winning the championship right now. Like maybe if it was somebody else, then cool. But KO right now, no, he's not winning the championship. And another thing too, this Yachty thing too. I mean, I get it. Like Yachty's part of the story. Like he's part of the whole story to make this whole thing between Trick and Corbin. But I see that people on the internet sometimes, the IWC is that Yachty is getting a match on the PLE and we're yet to see, you know, a Carmelo Hayes, you know, etc. You know, even the Street Profits, you know, no, they gone right now because, you know, both of their ladies are, you know, just had babies or whatever. But I get it. I mean, Yachty's part of a storyline, so yeah, you might be mad at the sense that he's probably taking somebody's spot, but the man's a superstar right now. I mean, he's not. He's a mouthpiece, a manager. So there's no point of being mad at Yachty. I mean, gee, Yachty just playing the perfect position right now. He's basically doing his job. So there's no point of hating on Yachty. But that's it for SmackDown.
All right, so try to, I guess, add to what y'all was saying. SmackDown again wasn't trash, wasn't must see. This was highlights, if you could. Like Queen said, this Sami Zayn story. What are we doing here? This is times where I'm sitting here and I'm like, bro, I'm like 40 years old. A lot of folks I listen to like 40, almost too. What are we doing here? We know how this goes. This Sami Zayn story. KO didn't come back and win no damn Royal Rumble. He not Triple H. He didn't win no Royal Rumble where you like, all right, he going to WrestleMania and about to win the championship. Kevin Owens won a number one contender match that nobody gave a hell about. That was a throwaway match at SummerSlam that he wasn't even included to get a match on SmackDown. Why do we think he was going to win? Because he was in Toronto? This is ridiculous. This is the same guy that lost all last year to Cody Rhodes over and over again. I mean, like, had to be like 5 times. Lost to this dude. Comes back, CM Punk just beat Cody Rhodes. Why would he lose to Kevin Owens? That makes no sense. But again, it's Sami Zayn's story. Sami Zayn was screwed. Sami Zayn was screwed out of CM Punk. He's the last real good guy when nobody's paying attention that he's really doing the good guy stuff, kind of like what Drew McIntyre was doing. Well, he's complaining, but really he's telling the truth. CM Punk screwed him out of the championship. He don't like him. Kevin Owens came back. Yeah, that's his buddy and all, but he made the match less in his favor by him returning. And he won the match. He didn't go and take the title and just he tried to give him a chance to go win it. I don't like CM Punk. He took it, go win it. He said, no, well, screw you too. You screwed me as well. This was awesome. I enjoyed this completely for what it was. I also, like I said, the Trick Yachty thing. Anybody mad? So let's say this. Let's say this is Obafemi, and this is Brock Lesnar, right? Let's put them on in the place of Baron Corbin and Trick Williams. And I say Brock Lesnar had Paul Heyman as his mouthpiece, right? Would anybody be mad if Brock was like, I don't have to fight you anymore? And Oba said, I get 5 minutes in the ring with Paul Heyman. I get to beat him. I get a match with you. No, they wouldn't, because he's a manager. He's not supposed to last 5 minutes. They're not presenting him as a fighter. They're not presenting him as, what's his name? Bad Bunny. They're not presenting him as, what's his name? What's the guy? Jelly Roll, even or something like that. They're not presenting him as that. They present him as a manager. He's not supposed to last in this fight. So it's him fighting the manager. This is really the Trick fight. It's an extension of the Trick match. It's part 2 of Trick. If he wins, Trick gets a match. Baron Corbin goes again. It's an extension of the Trick match with Trick's manager. It's like when managers get hung above the ring, Dominic Mysterio and all that stuff in the cage. It's like when what's his name? Paul Bearer gets put in a cement truck or whatever like that in the sitting in the thing. We had to get
he's like he get buried in the cement. Y'all know exactly what you're talking about.
It's managers getting involved. If you stop thinking of Yachty as a celebrity, which he's telling you he's not he has a contract. He's trying to renew a contract. He's changing. He wants to do this as a profession. If you think about Yachty as a manager, which he's saying he is, there'd be no problem with anything that's going on, y'all. Stop thinking about him as a rapper. Yachty ain't been, no disrespect to my guy Yachty, but as far as me and what I listen to, Yachty ain't been relevant to me rapping for forever, since Broccoli. You feel me? And he never was really on my cup of tea because he's younger than me and all that. So that's not really my years or whatever. So I don't think of Yachty like that. He's doing something, giving his time to want to be involved in this. He's a manager right now. Let him be a manager until his story where it continues, where then he will eventually turn on Trick. That'll be part of the story as well. When you guys like, what's going on? That's part of the development. Let the story play out. Trick's in the mid card right now because he can't be in the heavyweight right now. There's no mid carders other than Ricky Saints, Mello, and what's his name? Baron Corbin now. That's it. He shouldn't have had this title, but he gave it to him now, so he got it, and he got to deal with it until it's time for him to move up. Just chill and wait, y'all. Let them be what they do. Let them do what they do. On the rest of the part of the show, I was surprised Chelsea Green didn't get a bigger pop. I thought her pop would be bigger than that, being that she was in Toronto and Canada. I think she's Canadian. I felt like it was going to be like a crazy pop when she came out. It wasn't. What else did I think about the show? I think that's about it. Backstage, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. That is what it is. That's a filler until we can get somewhere else, since it's the last thing they dealt with. And I think that's about it, y'all. Y'all can move on. Like I said, highlights for SmackDown. Last but not least, we had AAA. Omos here. Grabbed Rey Mysterio by the neck, had him up ready for a choke slam, put him down, and got suspended indefinitely. What's your opinion on this? Let's start with you, came up, Queen, since you're a AAA expert. Did you get a chance to see this, and what do you think, your highs and lows? I can't hear you. I think your back mic may be muted. You're not muted on the screen, but your back might be muted. Now you're muted on the screen. There you go.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my bad. It was muted. I did not see it, but Omos, hey.
Wow. Surprise, Queen. Let's go to you then, Travis. Did you see AAA this week?
You know I did.
You trying to show up, Queen? Go ahead. What you think?
No, I didn't. But anyway, like of course, this picture right here. I love this moment right here. Omos looking like the monster that he is. Even though his match with Galeno, I thought that was cool. Galeno did a frog splash on that match as a big guy. I gotta give him at least 3.5 stars for the frog splash. It was cool and everything. But the first match was did what it's supposed to do. Have two big guys. Two heavyweights. Just beating up on each other. And it ended in a no contest, and Ray trying to be the good GM, trying to break up everything, and get by great, go up for that ride, pause, get chokeslam. Even when Dom came running out and started doing the frolic and around, started slam him. I love that part too. It was cool. You had I think a fatal 4-way for the to find the new contenders for the tag team championships. I want to know where my guys at. What's that? The Tokyo Bad Boys. I mean, I ain't seen them on the AAA in a minute. I'm gonna just figure out where they was. I mean, other than that, that back match was cool. Shout out to the Los Americanos. They might go against the War Raiders soon. Hopefully at Triple Mania. They might get everybody in championship, Los Americanos and El Grande, everybody come out of card 3 for 3 with the championships or whatever. And this last match, Penta and Bronco. I mean, really not too much to say about that. I mean, we all know that NXT guy is not, beating a WWE guy. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. I mean, he's in a tag team at NXT, but right now his tag team ain't doing so good in NXT. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his partner just lost, the last week, the Alexis Queen, which I don't like. But anyway, well, even though the part of him turning on Pedros Del Mal, you know what I'm saying? They're basically, letting him go. And I think Bronco might be out of the group. So I think they probably be looking for a new member soon. But other than that, though, AAA was good. It was worth watching.
Yeah, I would say that's the only one that I would say they probably could have watched it live. But again, it's only an hour, so you don't even got to worry about watching the highlights. You can watch this whenever you want to on YouTube. Like Travis said, all the matches, 3 matches were good, were wonderful. Tag team match, fatal 4-way tag team match. Shout out to Los Americanos. Shout out to Omos and all get suspended. This would be an awesome time to have them on other brands, but knowing WWE, they probably won't do anything with that.
Oh yeah, one more thing too. Shout out to Los Oscars.
Oh man. Yeah, shout out to Los Oscars in the back and all that stuff. But I wanted to say, what's his name? It looks like we might at Triple Mania be getting Penta, Ray Phoenix, and Dragon Lee versus those guys or Los Perros or whatever like that. So that was cool at the end of the show. But yeah, like I say, shout out to AAA, always hold it down usually. So with all that being said, y'all, what's your letter grade this week? Or you know what? Let's change this. I'm gonna change it from letter grade. We go to D's and all that stuff. We're gonna do like I said earlier. We're gonna call it either must watch, highlights, or trash? What was WWE this week? Start what you came up with.
I would say that this week probably was definitely. I'm gonna say it's a highlights week. Sorry, guys.
Highlights. All right. Travis.
Yeah, man. Yeah, highlights. You know, anything outside of AAA this week, you could have just watched the highlights.
Facts. And I'm gonna go with y'all. I'm gonna say this highlights. It wasn't trash. Like, it wasn't trash. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was okay. I didn't feel like, man, this week is incredibly trash and all that stuff. But highlights. I'm ready for Saturday Night Main Event. I am excited for Saturday Night Main Event though. So we'll see. But Travis, what were highs and lows brought to people by?
The merch.
Yes, sir. You already know what it is. Shout out to the merch, man. Travis got on some down there as well. Queen representing the city, though. Shout out to Cuz. I know he got a shirt. If you ever want a shirt, you're interested in the shirt, definitely look up the description of the video. Check out the links. They're in the description for all the shirts, the different shirts we have. They're also in the description of the channel as well. So if you want to, post the shirt, any merchandise you may get on any of our social medias, which are also in the description, and tag us there. We'll definitely repost anything you show to us and show love as long as it's respectful. We appreciate you guys for showing love to the channel in all the ways that you do. But with that being said, we got a little bit of wrestling tea this week, and it starts with a preview. Let's get to it. All right, Joe, we got a PLE or PPV, whatever you want to call it, for NXT this week, Heat Wave. Let me start with the bottom left. You got Zarya and Ren Sinclair having a title unification match between their North American Championship for Zarya and the Speed Championship for Ren Sinclair. But as Travis alluded to earlier, on NXT this Tuesday, if Callie Armstrong can defeat Zarya in a one-on-one match, she'll be added to this match and we get a triple threat match, which she'll have the chance to win as well. Also, we have the Tag Team Championship between Vanity Project trying to go up against Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights for their Tag Team Championship. Because of situations that happened on NXT, Miles Bourne would also be defending his North American Championship against Jackson Drake. Sorry, wrong one. Mm-hmm. Then we also have for the women's NXT Championship, Kalani Jordan is challenging what's her name? Kendall Gray. Jeez, almost forgot. And for the men's NXT Championship, we have a fatal four-way match with Tony D'Angelo defending his NXT Championship against Cruz Montana, Grayson Waller, and Zilla Fatu in his first match in NXT. So open floor for this one. What do y'all think about this? You excited? You expect anybody to win? You expect it to be a good show? What's up? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be a good show. I mean, I'm kind of piggybacking what I said earlier about Tony D'Angelo. I'm expecting him to lose the NXT Championship. Like I said, I'm pulling for my girl Big Zai. I think that Miles is definitely losing one of his matches, and I think it's probably going to be the North American Championship. He's probably going to lose that championship, but probably still be a tag team champion with Tavion Heights. And I'm pulling for Kalani. I want Kalani to win too.
Queen, you made it.
I mean, to a point, I kind of just feel like there's a lot of people that I'm rooting for, and some of the matches I don't care about. I guess the one I care about the most, as far as the men's goes, is I want to see Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller is my guy, as far as my heel guys. I want to see him kick some ass over there. And also like Big Zai, of course, and I want to see Kaylani. But do I believe Kaylani is going to beat her? No. Do I believe Zai's going to beat that chick? Yes. At the end of the day, I don't care about those last two on the right either. Like, it is what it is. Whoever, good luck to everybody. How about that?
Gotcha. For the men's, as long as Tony D'Angelo doesn't leave with the title, I'm fine. For the women's, I want Kalani to win. I don't think she's going to win. I think Kendall Gray's going to keep that. Kalani's on her way up, even though I wish she'd have got that title at some point. For the North American, I'm with you, Travis. I feel like they might have a tag team match first, and probably they'll beat the hell out of them or beat the hell out of Miles Bourne after it's over. I talked about that beforehand. And then Miles Bourne has to fight for the North American belt, and he loses to Jackson Drake. For the unification match, I would love it if Callie wins on Tuesday and joins the match and wins that match. But I don't think she's winning on Tuesday. I think Zai beats her on Tuesday to get her momentum going into this match. And I actually think Ren Sinclair is going to win. Though I want Zarya to win, I think Ren Sinclair is going to unify those belts, and then Zarya is going to get ready to move up the card or move up to the main roster pretty soon.
Okay, that's your question.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think the Miles match is going to be back to back?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I think the tag team going to start the night probably.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the
tag team starts the night, and then you get the
Miles
unification match between it, and then it goes to Miles again.
Oh, so you think it'll be a match in between?
At least one match in between, yes.
Okay.
Get one, maybe two.
I think it might be back. I'm thinking it might be back to back though.
Maybe. If you do back to back, that's crazy. But maybe either way, he losing. You feel me?
He wins, like you said, like he wins. He gets attacked or whatever, and then Jackson comes out with the referee try to get him to start the match or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Remove Queen until she returns. All right. For the other piece of news, for the last piece of news we have here, we have a couple of releases or possible releases, or I don't want to call them releases. They could be just a mutual stepaways. But first up, we have Ilya Dragunov. Shout out to WWE.
Oh my God,
wrestling news here. But they said Ilya Dragunov is leaving WWE, and it's official. He did not reach a new contract with WWE. They wanted to reach an agreement with him, and he did not agree to their terms, and he said he wanted to go on his own. So shout out to him doing that. And also, I showed it a little bit earlier by mistake, but shout out to PW MMA News. Johnny Gargano clears WWE from his X account and also appears to be taking bookings, which is not allowed by WWE. So it looks like Johnny Gargano may be a part of these releases as well. But what do you guys think about that open floor again, about these releases? Any feelings? Anything you want to say about it? Anything you want to clear up, you feel like?
My guy's gone, man. Little boy H-Bombs.
Hey, remember you said he would last longer than Ricky? Pause.
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna be quick with it. Is that at the end of the day go in. This is a job like any other job. Like I was saying earlier, it's like a basketball analogy. Is that they got X amount of money that they want to spend on wrestling talent a year in terms of their contract. So if they have a goal that they want to spend $1 billion and distribute it between all their people, they can do that. If they want to do like 10 million, whatever the case may be, there are people that we see on the shows that sometimes y'all be saying, well, we don't get to see XYZ person on the show. Well, that's because people like Johnny Gargano and other people are taking that space. Like that's the truth. So they're not really adding much to the product, and they had attempts to adding them to having Randy Orton come say something to him. Cody's then said something to him. CM Punk has said something to him. They've tried to add him into the stories, and nothing was going. It was about time he was gone. I'm sorry. At the end of the day like going in. Grayson Waller is an example of somebody that's finding ways to reutilize himself, because even on NXT, he said, I don't always get all of the screen time I want on the main shows, but at the end of the day, I have a longevity and I have a lot of skill and experience to bring to the product. And he found a way to pivot himself. Even if that means going to the NXT brand, he's getting a lot of love over there. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't always mean that that's the end for you. You can find a way to redevelop. And I feel like there's going to be a lot more people that are going to be gone. Like that's the truth. Is that Johnny? Hey, I kind of thought you were, but as I said, otherwise, I feel like we're going to see a lot more people going away. But I don't want to see good riddance because I don't have no beef with him. But at the same time, his space can be used by somebody else.
Yeah, no beef. It's cuts. It is what it is. They do them all the time. Hey, people get cut. Stevie Richards and all them type of stuff. There's no disrespect. They're going. I don't understand. People don't understand. They're going to be jobbers. For folks to get pushed, you got to have jobbers. Everybody can't win. It's a 2-hour show. Like, how are we going to do this? You want everybody to be on the show. You're like, what? Why aren't these people on the show? Why are there segments and all? But then you want everybody to win. It's like, what are we doing here? So neither one of these guys, no disrespect to either one. It's not a jab. Neither one of these guys are costing WWE money by not being a part of the brand anymore. I hope they can go somewhere. Shouts like a Cody Rhodes and all, go to another company and reinvent themselves where they are. Where WWE looks at them and like, hey, you know what? I need them on this brand. They would bring a bunch of big time money. But folks, let's use folks that get hate. Folks like Jade Cargill and all. I bet you Jade Cargill sells more merchandise than both of these dudes. But they'll hate on her though. But that's the reason why one person's there and one person's not. You feel me? It is what it is. There's no disrespect to these people, but it's a business. We know what it is. If you're going to yell for them and say justice for them, then go cheer for them at the events. Why aren't you buying tickets to go help these guys out? That's how they make money. They got to sell them stuff. They're salesmen, if you didn't know. They're independent contractors. They're salesmen. They go out there and they need people to cheer for them and all. That's what popping and all is for. You got to get over so that folks can keep you. So if you're not going to go to the events and all that stuff and not cheer for them, and that's fine. You don't have to go there. I'm not saying go there. WWE is crazy with the prices. But if that's the case, then you got to understand what's going on. This now is a business where Triple H and them chooses what you're going to do. They tell you now that they're going to, this is scripted. We're going to, take the curtain away from everything. So I'm going to choose my favorites because everybody's going to be paid a salary. So I get to choose who I want. I put in front of the people who I think people are going to get reactions and all that type of stuff. So he's making the WWE based off of how he thinks it because it's a new age. So Johnny Gargano, nobody's going to run now. Shout out to Machine Gun Kelly's, Motor City Machine Gun Kelly's and all that stuff over there, AEW, changing the industry and all that. Justice for them. None of these people are going to change the industry over there, in my opinion. Now, if they do, that's a blessing to them. But I do not expect them, and I'm not going to pretend like it's anything different. So best of luck to Johnny Gargano. Best of luck to Ilya Dragunov. But, I mean, it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But with that being said, Queen, let's
Justice for Dragunov.
Let's see how much you know, Queen, because you're always a part of the show. But what was our wrestling tea brought to people by?
Come on.
Man, I thought it was brought us by the fellows over at Fanatics.
There you go.
I was told second is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Hey, shout out to Queen for that. BA been here forever and he still can't get it. But no shots to BA. If you're interested in any WWE merchandise at all, please use that link that you saw on the screen or the QR code. Any of that expensive WWE merchandise, wait for it to go on sale and use the Fanatics link and you help the channel out. We appreciate you guys again for helping the channel out in any way. Let us know. We'll shout you out for always helping the channel out. We appreciate you so much. With all that being said, let's end this show, get to the rest of our afternoon. But before we do that, y'all, let's get to you guys and our questions and comments. Get any questions and comments you may have about any of the shows into the comments right now. We'll get to you before the show is over. Let's go.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it. You're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
Hey, shout out to True Classic. Oh, somebody echoing. Queen, that's you echoing. You got two things running at one time? Let me meet you. All right, let's see. Shout out to Cuz in the house, the MVP of the channel himself. Charles Johnson, Cuz. He said, "What's good, family? What up, Cuz? We appreciate you always." He also says, "I'm glad I was asleep during Raw then." Highlights was enough, Cuz. He said, "Right, when is Javon going to get his break? We're waiting, man." Shout out to Paul Heyman saying if he's not an attraction by the end of summer, then something's wrong. I mean, he technically is an attraction. I'm not going to lie. Javon is one of the most popular wrestlers on wrestling right now, but he need to have that IC belt. And we probably got to wait for Chad to lose it to a heel first, knowing that Chad be the face and all that stuff. So we probably got to wait. Whoever we need to hurry up and get to the next person then, Charles. And I don't know if Chad going to be losing that anytime soon right now based off of his reaction and what he got him getting it. So let's see. He also said, "This is your warning shot." Pew. Yes.
Pew, 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 pew.
Say, yeah, Ova was funny with that Braun voice. Yeah, that was hilarious. Who's the future, Paul?
This ain't new. I mean, he did it on NXT before too.
Yeah.
I never knew that. You know, I could make it.
He said some of these guys always saying, I never knew that. I never knew I could do it. Still the next champion. Wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, as long as it
ain't Tony D.
Yeah, it could be any of the other.
Now, cuz like if I had to make a decision, like to choose somebody, bro, we might be spinning the block, yeah.
I wouldn't be mad if it's Cruz. I'm not mad.
No, I wouldn't be mad if it's Cruz though, but at this point, you might be spinning.
He might be. He might not be a long-term champion, but if it's him, I don't even care.
Right.
He's good off of Tony D'Angelo. That's
right. Exactly.
I don't care. Cuz also says the Cruz Montana name is lame. Lame. Yeah, I still don't. He was too established, and you had him on NXT all the time. As Mike Santana, it's not like he was never here. Why did you change Zilla's name? You feel me? Like, I don't like that. That was not a good look. He also says, Sandu, I see you in the comments. I have no clue what that is, man. And I don't put something on the screen and be like, put something I have no clue to saying. Cuz said Leon Slater needs to come to the WWE. Yeah, I heard he's interested in AEW though now, but he does. But that's EK Prosper. It seems like they very high on EK right now, having them beat Keanu and all that stuff. So I think I don't know. I would like to see him at WWE. I'm not mad at him either. Go make your money, Leon, either way. And he said I was sleeping on SmackDown too. Again, you were good. Highlights. You didn't miss anything. It's a highlight week, man. I am excited for Sunday Night Main Event though. I'm excited. I think Sunday Night Main Event is actually gonna be good. The Randy and Cody match. I hope they let Randy win. We'll talk about it next week though. This is like a little plug for next week. But next week we'll do our preview show for Sunday Night Main Event, whatever. And BA should be back or Mr. Green. But I'm actually excited. Between the matches, it's a good lineup. Atlanta gonna if I was in Atlanta, I'd go. That's a good lineup around here. So it is what it is. But that's it, man. Shout out to everybody in the comments, mainly you, cuz. Appreciate you. Got Queen in the comments too, and Sandy. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for We Talk Combats. Again, we are the best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else, y'all. This is the Coach's channel. You found us. But if you're new around here, hit the like button somewhere near Travis's left shoulder down there. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We normally do these type of shows every Sunday afternoon around 3 p.m. Eastern. But it's CPT time, so it may change up sometimes Monday, sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday nights. We may change up. Just hit the notification bell so you're always in the know of when we do drop this. Also, do us a favor on our other channel. Hit us up and follow us on We Talk Combat Clips as well. I drop shorts throughout the week. I'll be dropping them Monday through Friday throughout the week, coinciding with each of the shows and all. So if we talk about the show, it'll probably be a short about that show on the day of the show. So check us out over there. Help us get our subscribers up over here. We're trying to get our subscriber count up. Help us get to 500. We're so close over here, y'all, as well. Follow us on our other channels if you didn't know. Shout out to our guy, Mr. Green. He's not here, but himself and the rest of the 695 crew, Larry and Calvin, they won't get off the damn fence. They talk about everything on Wednesday afternoons, y'all. Wednesday evenings, I should say, but mostly sports. So check them out. Also, again, Mr. Green with Rel, Will, and Big J on Cuz We Geek, where they talk about everything in geek culture and film and television. They have shows Tuesday evenings and Saturday mornings. Help them out as well. Like I said, if you like this show, you'll like all the rest of these Glow Sun and Sister Channel productions. We definitely do this all independent content. We do this for y'all throughout the week, man, with everything else we have going on in life. And also, last but not least, myself and Rel on Captain Crown NBA podcast. We talk about everything new school and old school with NBA. You know, the NBA about to pop it off again. So come on over there and talk about stuff with us. We're trying to get our 5,000 members or subscribers, let's say, over there. Help us out over there. We're gonna talk about a little old school basketball tomorrow if you're interested in that. The season's about to ramp back up, so we'll be talking about new school and all that stuff. Queen might be dropping another, you know what she do every season. I might talk to her about that. So you never know. But come on over there. How about all the channels and all that? We'll be over here again Sunday for another, review show with our pretty faces. Hopefully we have BA back. Other than that, weekly watch alongs, Discord. Like I said, if you're a member of the channel or a subscriber to the channel, come on over to Discord. Enjoy. Come talk to people. Wrap it up. Pause. Chop it up, I should say, with other folks in Discord throughout the week. Y'all know we show all the shows. We do also YouTube's definitely for Raw, for SmackDown, And for all the PLEs, you can catch us on Discord as well, where we do YouTube watch-alongs with the folks. So polls, all type of stuff, questions. We do all type of stuff. We just want to get it. It's just a family, man. We have fun. It's like barbershop talk. I always wanted to be a family-oriented. Not a job site, but just family-oriented as far as this hobby that we have as far as enjoying this. So come on over to Discord, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about it, help us out, man. Do what you can do. Other than that, for Kamo Queen and Travis, this is Muy Grande Negro Americano, aka King. We'll have our guy Mr. Green back next week. We appreciate everybody for watching this. This is the best, brightest, and the blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. Tell your mama if you didn't already know. But other than that, y'all, we'll see y'all next week. Same combat time, same combat channel. We out. Peace.